Hello again, my name is Gabe Zolna. You know, I post MVI 1369. Michelle Obama is really Michael. And within the body of that email, that little video clip, I did attach a link. And you definitely want to go take a look at that link. If you had any doubt at all that there is no Michelle, that all we have is a Michael, that might clear it up for you. I've received some interesting comments from some of the viewers. One of the viewers asked, well, how could there be photographs of Michelle at school, at university? Well, I guess the same way that there was photographs of Barack Hussein Obama shooting a 12-gauge shotgun at Camp David. I made a video on that as well, when he had the rifle resting way up above his shoulder. He would have broken his shoulder. And the shotgun had a powder flash about that long come out. You know, this isn't a musket. We use smokeless gunpowder now. But whoever put that up in Photoshop didn't realize that, I guess. You know what I mean? So I hope that answers your question. How could they have had a photograph? It's called artwork in Photoshop. There is no, to the best of my knowledge, a birth certificate for Sasha and Malia, and there's no baby pictures for Sasha and Malia. Nor are there any pictures of Michael being pregnant, because that's pretty difficult to do. I know Obama tries awful hard, doesn't seem to work because he's using the wrong opening. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's a different story. I don't want to go there. I am convinced that Michael is a Michael. If Michael were not a Michael, and if Michael were indeed a woman, she's one hell of an ugly woman. It's amazing what makeup can do, and that explains why Michael has 20 or 22 people that cater to each and every one of his whims. If you're going to continue watching any of my videos, I will never refer to Michael anything other than Michael, you know, because Michael is a Michael. And it's easy enough to prove me wrong, but they won't. It's easy enough to prove who Barack's father really is, but they won't. You know, I was listening to a radio show yesterday, and they were talking about Obama not being eligible because he's not born of two parents that were American. And then you got Ted Cruz clamoring to stick his name onto the ballot. And where was he born? Calgary, Alberta. And then you got, what's the guy from Florida? Marco Rubio. You know, Marco? Yeah, he wants to get on the ballot too. Problem with Marco is that his parents were Cubans until he was like, I think 4 or 6 years of age before they became American citizens. So he's not eligible. But it doesn't matter, because the guy that's in the Oval Office isn't eligible. You know what I mean? The Constitution doesn't matter squat. Huh? Doesn't make any difference. Look what we got now. We got a radical, extremist Muslim Arab. He says his father was born where? Well, in Kenya. And that makes him a British subject. Now, if his father's a British subject, guess what? So is Obama, according to the 1948 British Subject Act. The offspring of a British subject are themselves British subjects. Did the Constitution allow for someone to be in the Oval Office that is not an American from natural-born parents? No. So what the hell's he doing there? You know, I got no doubt that Rubio is going to be on the ballot in 2016 if there is a 2016. And I got no doubt that Ted Cruz. And don't get me wrong, I like Ted Cruz. I don't necessarily like Marco. Marco's a kid. He's a wet-nosed kid. He should never have been a senator, you know, ever. He's a kid, doesn't know what he's doing. And that's more than obvious, but that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about Rubio. We're not here to talk about Ted Cruz. Yeah, it's really interesting, is it not? It's going to be exciting, boy. This 2014 is the most critical election in this country's history. And unless photo voter ID is required, forget about it. You know what I mean? We're going to lose. When I say we, the Republicans are going to lose the House, and we're not going to take the Senate. Why? Well, the same reason as to what's going on in Texas. You got one of the acorn groups, or you've got one of the community organizers running around, and what are they doing? They're getting names for Wendy. But the problem is they're also getting phone numbers, and that's illegal to get phone numbers. Why do they want phone numbers? Well, statistically, they've proven that if you get someone to agree to vote, the chances are they won't vote. But if you have their phone number and call them, it increases it by 60% that they'll vote. That's why I get phone numbers. But once again, it's illegal. But does that matter to this criminal, dysfunctional administration that it's illegal? Are you kidding? Oh, does the sun come up every day? Of course it does. Yeah. Anyway, it's definitely interesting. So what do you think? I sort of told you what I think.